Welcome to my channel. My name is Benedicta. I'm the co-founder, senior developer, and mom of Lilly Labs, our family web app business. I'm sitting here trying to compile a compelling video from the footage I have. It's the first time trying to make a vlog style video, and it's hard, y'all. Everybody told me, and I did believe them, but I wanted to try. In today's video, I talk mostly about the rework I'm doing on POW. I get a little technical, at least with the terminology, so if you find yourself bored, you might want to check the description to see the timestamp for when I compare Redux to meal prepping. If you are new to Redux or you just want to hear my fantastic explanation comparing Redux to meal prepping. That's all for this introduction. Let's jump right in. I think it's been a month since I pushed any code to POW, which is too long, and I keep postponing it because I think I'm a little scared because it's such an important project for me. I keep making other important projects like this YouTube channel. But I'm really happy I did that. It's such a great creative outlet, but I keep doing those things instead of actually working on POW becoming the vision I see inside, because I'm scared I won't be able to actually manifest that vision or something like that. Today is Tuesday and I'm gonna finally be working at doing some actual coding on POW. I'll stop and talk to you about how that goes during the day. For a while now, I've been working on a major revamp of the main screen for POW. Today you see today and then you see the next days. But I feel whenever I open POW, what I kind of want to see is the past couple of days to see if I log yesterday, how was my predictions for yesterday, and maybe even the day before, to get like a general feel of the days surrounding this actual cycle day. So yeah, I've been working on a big refactor of the POW UI, but it's just too big. I think today I'll have to find like a little thing, get a quick win so that I can feel I have some progress again, and then keep on tackling that big refactor, but doing it in small chunks. And I feel like this is something I come back to over and over again. I try to do these like major or like my refactors just like blow up, and then I have to take a step back, plan, and see like how can I make this happen in smaller chunks so that I actually get something out. But it's just a cycle of how I work. I like start on these big things and then I get a feel for how I actually want the end result to be, and then I break it down into smaller chunks and I'll try to do those chunks. So today I'll see what my chunk will be. And I think it will be just little chips that tell you predictions for your menstrual cycle. So we'll say like hashtag anxious, or hashtag sad, or hashtag boobies hurt, something like that. And I want to make it easier to see if it's a prediction or something you've actually logged. So I think that's going to be the chunk we're doing today. Chips that are prediction will have this like dotted border, and then chips that are what you actually logged will have some colored background, and then things that are logged today but were also predicted will then have that dotted line and background color. And if we look at our notes here, we'll see that that is something that actually came up over here when I was working on the bigger refactor, which is how we're going to be able to see a couple of days back. You can see I started thinking about this new chip design, and this was actually, let's see, it says up here it's between 15th and 19th of May I was working on that. So that's why I like having these notes books, so I can go back and see when IDs came up, and also I don't lose my IDs, and I keep everything in this one notebook. Here are some interesting thoughts on how I'm going to do the time log going down like this. This is each day, and then you kind of have this like little ribbon here with the months on top, but it feels kind of hard to do, so we'll see if I can actually make that or not. So speaking of refactoring, there's so much I want to do. I've been going back and forth with POW on how to structure it and what kind of global state handling I want. I started with Redux Toolkit, but then I thought everyone on the internet says that you don't really need Redux. So I tested out context and I hate it. I don't like it at all. So I am going back to Redux, and that's also something I'm working on at the client, So tomorrow and Thursday, I will be working on the Redux there. So on that project, we've been using Redux the whole time, but Redux Toolkit came out, making everything so much easier. So I'm transitioning the Redux work there over to Redux Toolkit. And then this summer, I will hopefully manage to do POW over to Redux Toolkit and just standardizing my method of making these web apps and just try not to listen to everyone on the internet. That was all Greek to you. I'll try and explain. Redux is a way to organize all the data that you want to show in different components around on the screen. So instead of having to start organizing your data whenever you want to make something new, you've already organized your data. And then when you need to make a new component, something visual on the screen, you can just plug the data you need and then style the component. You can think of it like meal prepping, where you kind of chop all your ingredients and you put them in the fridge, and then whenever you're gonna make dinner, you see, oh, what kind of prepped items do I have? And then you add them together and you get a meal. But you still have to do all that prep time. But with Redux Toolkit, that prep time is significantly lowered. So it's kind of like when you buy, or at least I buy now, buy these ready-made or ready-chopped chilies in a bag, so I don't have to chop a lot of chilies and put them in the freezer. It's already made for me. So that's how I think about Redux and moving to Redux Toolkit. But today we're working on redesigning the chips. I managed to get the tags or chips working with the dotted line that, as we talked about. But while doing this work, I just realized that I need to get that Redux Toolkit refactoring that I've been wanting to do done. I just keep bumping into these structural problems. Right now, I'm actually gonna move over to doing the refactor to Redux Toolkit. But before I do anything else, I need some food. Hi, Kalema, I'm vlogging.
I'm not laughing, I'm just taking photos.
Since lunch, I've been working on refactoring to the Redux Toolkit, and I love it! I love getting rid of this context stuff that I don't really understand. I don't really have the motivation to learn it. Yeah, really happy with my work so far. And tomorrow at the client, I will be doing more refactoring to Redux Toolkit. So I think everything will just speed up. I really enjoy having a couple of projects with the same technologies so that I can kind of get to use whatever I learn in more than one code base at a time. It keeps me a little bit more motivated and a little less bored. Oh my, look at the time! I need to get dressed for horseback riding. Ready.